Not doing exec session first, we're doing a few.
Well, yeah, we're back. Well,
Mini public first.
you have to move to public, correct?
Yes.
So-
I have to let all these people in.
No, not yet. We're still in executive session until he moves us into public. Yeah, and then
Part of
We'll
what I
open the
want you to
wait
do is make sure we have enough commissioners online, which we may have.
hold on just a
I think
second.
we're pretty good on commissioners.
It's but we'll make it. The recording has started.
Ready? Okay, colleagues, let me reconvene temporarily the executive session we were in before lunch. We're now reconvened. I'm going to, however, continue the recess of our executive session in order to move back into public session for just a few moments to do a couple things related to, but not including the entire agenda.
Chair, can you pause just for a moment?
But-
Where we're in open session, now that we're moving into open session, we need to let everyone in the waiting room in.
I
So
understand.
can we
But
have a
please we'll allow the technology to catch up with the boss, me, temporarily.
Short timer.
I know, we're getting shorter.
right?
Can you hear the golf?
No, I was, yeah.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
A little twitchy.
Chair, we've opened up the waiting room, so everyone is now in this public session.
Thank you, and I have, may I speak now? This is to officially convene the public session for a few moments. I want to make sure that colleagues, you're all aware of the visiting dignitary we have in the room, who is Mr. Ron Burson, who was the executive director of our agency for, what was it, 40, 50 years? 20?
It's like 17.
17. I've been around long enough that the fact of the matter is that way back in the dark ages, I did know Ron's predecessor. And while regulated as a lobbyist, let me just tell you that when Ron came in, it was night and day. Ron was day, his predecessor was night. Things improved a lot for those of us who were regulated, me included me as a lobbyist. So I thought maybe the way to start today, we would give Ron the floor for 2 or 3 minutes to tell us what he's doing now that makes sense for mankind. Mr. Burson, please tell us how important you are to mankind.
Well, I'm here for you, young man. I mean, you try to turn this on to me. But quite frankly, I'm keeping my wife happy, my little dog happy, and myself happy.
A wise move.
And sorry to say, I haven't really done a lot for mankind, but I think me being happier in the world might help that. And my wife definitely. But I'm really here to talk about you. I understand this is your last meeting, and you know, I was here when you started the first meeting. I think you were the first one to take advantage, or I don't know if it's advantage, but you were talked into taking a second term, which when it was allowed. And I will tell you, at that time, it was hard to get people in to the commission because of the changes in kind of the makeup of the commission, and who was, instead of the governor doing all of them, it was the leaders of the legislature doing them. And it was hard for them to find time to find people to come in, especially if they were not inside of their own party. But you graciously came in for a second term. But I will tell you, and I think, how many times have you chaired, Dave? Twice. Like I said, I appreciate the chair. You know, I don't know how to describe Dave to the public, but you know, you're just a pure workhorse. I mean, you were always here. You were always prepared. I could always contact you when there was some kind of problem. And you know, as an administrator, you know, I can't tell you how valuable that is, and how much I appreciated that over the years. Like I said, you being in Salem, a lot of times you're in person, and when we first started the virtual stuff, it's a little tougher on an old guy like myself, kind of coming around to the new way. And it was helpful to have the chair in the room just trying to get through these meetings. Now you're much more polished at it and stuff, and so the online is just much. But like I said, I'm just really here to tell you how much you made my life better and much easier as a director. Like I said, you were always insightful in these books that you get. Now they're now you're down to a month. They're about the same size, but it's still, you're doing 12 of them a year now, and it's a lot of work. And like I said, it'd be really easy to come to these meetings being unprepared, but you were pointing out little excerpts in the reports, like, what are you talking about here? So, we knew you read them all, and we're going to get it past you. But anyway, thank you very much for the 8 years of service. Probably even a little bit more than that, since you don't leave and end on the day that your term ends, and all the help that you gave me, because working for a commission, it's important that you have a good commission. And then the last thing is thank you for appreciating the work that we did and that I did. One of the best things about working for a commission, there are a lot of private sector folks, and they recognize when people work hard, and they tell them that state employment, is the most fiscally rewarding job in the world. And so those recognitions from folks like yourself really got me through those 17 years. I enjoyed working for the commission because they appreciated the hard work that not only that I did, but more importantly, what the staff did. And I will tell you, it kept retention around here, and people doing, like I was telling Daniel here, it's like, I hear you're doing well. It's a tough job. I told you when you came on, it's a tough job. But it keeps those people doing those tough jobs because you're recognizing the hard work. So I really appreciated that also. It kind of kept me going. So really, we're here to talk about you, Dave.
Oh, well,
I'm just another senior in the.
We ought to abridge this agenda fairly soon. All I want to do is just thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it. Some of you know that one of my old colleagues, your old colleagues on the commission, Dan Mason, was here. He and I served for literally 8 years together. The only two-termers until there are now some new two-termers potentially, like Commissioner Thompson and Commissioner McCauley. But that was a privilege to get to serve that long, because one of the risks with a one-term commission is that as soon as you got your feet on the ground, you're gone. Mm-hmm. And that was a helpful thing for us to stay around for a longer time and to look at all your work. So, Ron, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
Well, if we're on this subject, I wrote something I did this earlier. So, in thinking about what to say about Dave Fiskum at his last meeting, I thought it would be most appropriate to set forth the following 5-fold points. Dave Fiskum has been on the commission since before I started in 2018, so I've never known a time he was not here, and I'm having a hard time imagining future meetings without him. He has a remarkable history of service on the commission. He attended most meetings in person and only attended remotely when required to do so by his Southern California golfing commitment. He has had an impact on the commission and staff, notably creating some standardized instructions for respondents relating to the meeting procedures, and a lot of what you used to read to the respondents, we have now incorporated into written instructions. I just wanted to end by pointing out that should this matter of his departure proceed, in lieu of opening an investigation, we could offer him a letter of education at the very least. And we'll provide him with this lovely plaque.
Thank you. So the time has come for me in an hour or two to bid goodbye to all of you in the formal role, at least 2 terms. There's no more room for me to serve, which is good, because that's just fine with me. 8's enough, and all the years have been good for me. Had 2 important guests here, Ron and Dan. Along the way of my 8-year tenure, I've always believed that no one should set out to dominate a government institution such as the commission, and I didn't set out to do so, but I have 3 comments to make. First of all, When I was asked by Governor Kate Brown to serve in this role several years ago, and by the way, in one of her last days in office, she nominated me. So I've not been Kate Brown's Tina Kotek's appointee necessarily at all. Didn't take me long to say yes, because I wanted to be part of an effort to promote ethics awareness and conduct in government in Oregon. And I thought that was a purposeful thing to do. And the 8 years lived up to my early aspirations. When I started, I suspected what's been true, which is that being involved in promoting government ethics in government in Oregon is not a one-person show. I've been part of a team at every point along the way. All members of the commission, all staff members, and all Oregonians who watch and support our work. The other thing I would say is that the commissioners I've served with during my years come from different backgrounds, different political affiliations. But the truth is, I do not know for sure the political affiliations of any of my colleagues. And frankly, I have never asked anybody what letter was behind their name. It's not private, it's just I don't need to know and don't want to know. So I hope that all of you who follow me and stay after me will continue to support ethics in government in a bipartisan, fact-based, and even-handed fashion, as I think it's occurred when I've been here, and it's been my pleasure to be here. So thank you all for your kind words. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ron. Thanks for being here.
Okay. Guys have a great meeting,
Good to see you, Ron.
and hope to see you soon.
And we're going into executive session, so hit the road, Ron. Okay, colleagues, that said, I think maybe the best approach is to go back into executive session where we have 3 more things to do, depending on how you count them. So I will adjourn the public meeting,
Not adjourn, recess the public.
recess the public meeting, and I will reconvene the executive session with the authority I previously read, which I believe legal counsel is adequate.
Yes.
Don't need to read it again.
Correct.
Okay, colleagues,
Just
so
a moment, Chair, please.
no, we're not going to move yet.